Well, you're on now, so but this is it. I don't have to do my bald head anymore. I say the same thing every time we start this. I say the exact same thing, but it doesn't get old. At least I don't have to do it.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you very well know, I am Dr. Pete, and we are back on the local BizCast. I am super happy to have my next guest. This happened very, very quickly. She was just
Yeah.
talking about it before. So I have Natasha Siegel here. She is from the Cure for Career Limbo.
hmm
So hold on. I have been told, I apologize.
Tell me.
I leave all my personal business stuff
Oh, you got
to
to
the
do that.
end,
Yeah, you got to do it.
but you got to catch people right up front. So I'm going to do it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, do it now.
If you guys are enjoying the local BizCast, will you please go to YouTube and go to Spotify and hit like and hit subscribe? I have like all those the social media people. They like point and then something comes up over here and they point over
The
there.
button.
The buttons.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at that. You did a very good job on your social, by the way.
Oh, I tried. I'm
You're
playing. I'm
like
playing.
I
now.
love
I'm
that little
learning.
part that was like kind of black and then it was like starting to erase over
Erase
there. It was
it.
pretty cool.
That was cute.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I just learned. I'll show you.
Trial
I'll show
and
you
error.
another time.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
I just
show
don't
you.
have a tremendous amount of time, but
It's not that big of it. It was super fast.
Was
I'll
it?
show you. Yeah.
Very amazing.
Yeah, I got you.
You guys didn't know that she was absolutely a social media extraordinaire also. You had no idea. We just thought it was Cure for Career Limbo. That was it.
Yes.
You are the jack of many trades.
I'm
I
learning.
love it.
Learning lots of things. Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. This is amazing.
You sound very professional right now.
Well, I got the blazer.
You have
know?
is that
I got-
what it is? Is the
That's how I
blazer?
roll. I think
Okay.
it puts me in a professional mode.
Got it.
Yeah.
And if I had tequila here, that would throw us off completely.
Not at all. That's just part of my professional
There we
mode.
go. All right, I'm in. Oh my God! So talk with Tosh. Tell me, what do you hear?
Talks
What do you
with
have?
Tosh.
What is this? I
Yeah.
need to know.
Yeah. With the Cure for Career Limbo.
I think so. Well, but
Yeah. I mean, there's so much.
it's so
I
much.
know.
I loved her little pre-show questionnaire because it gave me so much information. And I've known Natasha for a little bit. We have a little connection in town. Our sons play a little bit. Our daughters play a little bit of basketball together. And so
And I
but
coach.
didn't know.
I coach
You
it.
She's my
Your
coach.
daughter.
And my daughter is a terror. So she is the most incredible coach in all of Woodcliff Lake. So thank you very much for
I
that.
have no idea what I'm doing.
You're doing a great
Here
job.
I
at it.
do coaching basketball. I'm still learning.
But there's so much fun
Yeah.
history. I don't know where to start. Let's start with at least your business so that people can understand what
Yeah,
exactly
sure.
it is that you do. And then we'll go back into how you got here. Because
Sure.
I love the path. I love the journey.
Yeah, so I'm a career and life coach. I started a program called the Cure for Career Limbo because I recognized through my previous life in my professional career
Little
how
teaser.
how many people struggle with and just like feel stuck in their careers. They don't know. They know that they want to do something more, but they don't know what, and they don't know how to go and get it, or they feel like it's not possible for them. And then there's the people that are looking for jobs actively and they are marketable people and they're having a hard time getting a job. They don't understand why. So I started targeting, those people in particular and actually made my switch from Instagram and things like that over to LinkedIn because it's like that's where people who are in career limbo live.
That's where I have to go. I
LinkedIn.
got to go there. This is a business thing, right?
Yeah.
But
And like Instagram's where a lot of people are building their businesses on social media. And I'm trying to take things that I put on LinkedIn and
get it to
give it to
Yeah.
Instagram here and there, just so I keep a presence there because it's a lot easier for people to see and digest. But LinkedIn is really just where that's where my people are.
TikTok came back. Do we have to worry about TikTok
I
here
have
too?
nothing on TikTok.
This is definitely not a social media expertise. Like we're not going to give you guys
Nothing
any
on
information. By the way, if we have a guest that knows how to do that stuff, come on down to the local BizCast because Natasha and I
I'll
both
sign up.
Yeah, we both need that help.
I'll sign up. Yeah.
All right. So we know now what Cure for Career Limbo is, but
Yeah.
that's not where Natasha started.
No.
Milwaukee girl.
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin originally before I moved to New Jersey. Well, I moved to New York City, but I've been all over the place.
I'm a New Yorker.
I went to Marquette University. I happened to be there. My freshman year was Dwayne Wade's last year at Marquette. So
one of her best friends, by
he's
the
one
way.
of my
Still
homies. Yeah,
home,
we're
like
besties.
very, very close.
Yeah. He doesn't answer my messages
For some
anymore.
reason
It's
on
kinda
Instagram, back end Instagram stuff. Exactly right.
weird. Yeah. And yeah, I started marketing in IT. I went into consultative like IT sales. Hated it. But it got me to New York.
Hold on. What'd you graduate Marquette with?
IT and marketing. Those are
Okay,
like a
so those
double.
two, that's a thing. IT
It-
and marketing goes together, huh?
They didn't go together, especially not in 2006.
Oh
Like that
yeah,
was not a
you're aging
thing.
yourself.
I was very innovative at the time. I just
Okay.
enjoyed the technology.
Yeah.
I
Did you
enjoyed-
you made that yourself?
Yes.
They didn't have this program.
No,
You're
I
like,
was majoring in marketing, and then I had to take the classes in the other majors, and I just loved IT. I liked the tech. I loved learning the tech stuff.
got it.
And I was like, oh, I'm an overachiever. I'm gonna do a double major. So
All right.
that's what I did.
I have one question.
Tell me.
Where's your accent?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been here for a really long time.
You're not that old.
Bring
All
the
right.
tequila, then
All
sometimes
right.
it comes out.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, Kelly's from Michigan, and
it's
she's got
the-
more of an
I-
accent than you. And
I hear
I've
it.
had friends from Wisconsin. Trust me.
I know.
You guys got accents.
I
You guys
know.
are like Fargo Canadian stuff
Yes,
over there.
yes.
So.
There is when
You can
I
pull it.
go home, when I talk to my family, it comes out a little bit.
There's
but
a little
then-
bit in home there.
I
I
know.
got you.
I know. Oh, it's the O's.
What is the O's?
It's the O's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. People also say other weird words.
What's some of the stuff? I love how we just. I told you
can't
we're
even
gonna
say
stick
anymore,
to
like,
the script because we
We're
have
not
so
sticking
much.
to the script.
No,
bagel.
she says bagel.
I don't know how I
too.
don't even know the right way
You
to
don't
say it
know.
anymore because I think I've evolved enough.
What do you call? It's like What do you call soda?
I say soda. I do
Okay.
not. I don't say pop.
You know what? You're a friend of mine forever now. That's fine. We're in.
The important things in life.
All right, let's digress. Okay,
Yes.
so all right, Marquette, we graduated.
Yeah.
You went to Chicago. Is that
Yeah.
the first spot.
I know. I traveled around. I worked
Oh, that's
for
right,
a
you did do
company.
it.
I got to do a whole
India.
India. I spent 3 months in India with a group of people. It was
What were you doing there?
amazing. I mean, working. Like it was basically a study abroad for.
Okay, but you had already graduated.
We had already graduated.
All right,
It was.
and you were
it
getting
was amazing.
paid to.
Got paid,
study
all
abroad.
expenses paid. We got to travel around every weekend. It was really like quite an amazing experience. And
Guys, you're just going to travel right now into the first hour and a half long local bizcast because I want to even know about India, but we're going to run out of time. Where do you go when you're in India? Just real quick.
Everywhere.
Where from India? Where are you going?
I saw the Taj Mahal.
India.
In India.
Did you go to like
Yes,
Maldives?
it is.
Did you go to Seychelles?
I
Did you go
didn't
to
do
Africa?
Maldives. I did. I've been to Goa, which is like
Yeah.
some people may know, some people may not know. It's like the tropical place to go.
It
In
has
India-
all these crazy, like, there's only these animals there. And it's just, how far is that island from the rest of?
It's not. It's actually on the coast. It's
It's
on the
on the
west
coast. I thought it was on an
yeah.
island. Okay.
Nope. It's part of the mainland.
Got it. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I've been.
I'm
I
not
don't
going
know,
down this.
there's so many
All right, we're
places,
not
so
going
many
down
places.
this rabbit
No.
hole. But okay, so that
Yeah.
was with the first company. But then,
Yeah.
was
That
this
brought me
IT
to
and marketing?
Chicago. That
Okay.
brought me back to Chicago after a year of traveling, and then one of my friends made a joke about moving to New York City, and I was like,
On Wednesday.
okay. It was Saturday. I
Saturday,
think,
and then by Tuesday you moved to New York
by
City.
a week and 2 days later, I had a job offer and an apartment in New York City, and I moved out 2 weeks.
You are
after
the
that.
second person I've had on
wild.
this bizcast that has had this story.
Really?
She came from the West Coast in California,
goodness.
but you're coming
Oh,
from
yeah.
Milwaukee or at this time
Yes.
Chicago. How do you just get up and come to New York City? Now, I grew up in New York. I was born in Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, Rockland County. I know what it takes to live in New York City. I'm still very close to not being able to afford it. How did you guys do this?
I don't know. I really actually have no idea.
It was amazing.
It
You just,
was.
boom.
I'd been here. I'm saying here like we're in New York City. I still
Yeah,
think
you're
of
there.
New Jersey as New York City.
It is.
It is. Right?
Especially from a girl from Milwaukee. You're
This
fine.
is New York. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'd visited a couple times, and I love the energy. I love being around people. Like crowded places do not
They don't scare you.
upset me,
Got
scare
it.
me.
All
I'm
right.
energized by them. So I couldn't wait. I
What
was
did
like,
your
"Let's do
parents think
this."
about this?
Well, I had just gotten off of like a year of traveling for work, so they were already, I think, primed for it. But
Got it.
the India thing was definitely like what's happening. I had barely left the state of Wisconsin prior to that, so
They had more
Yeah.
questions about going to India
Of
for a
course.
small, foreign exchange program versus
I
I'm
don't
moving to
think
New
that
York.
I don't think that they or I realized it was going to be
Okay.
permanent.
Okay.
Like everything.
Yeah.
I was 25. Like
Yes, that's what I'm
everything
talking
just
about.
felt kind of like temporary. Try it out, see how it goes. It worked out.
Sounds
I
so
mean,
fun.
not for them. Like they want me
They're
back
still there.
home.
They're not
But
getting you back. We've got her. I'm sorry, mom and dad. She is the best basketball coach in the history of basketball coaches.
Oh,
She's
dear.
not going anywhere. We
Oh.
got her. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, all right.
So
So,
fun.
so you made it to New York City.
I made it here. Met my husband. He was.
Hold on, you can't
oh,
fast
sorry.
forward
Oh,
that
I'm
quick.
sorry. This is your job. I
No,
know.
I mean, you can absolutely fast forward. I have so many questions. You come here, you said you had a job in also IT and marketing.
Yeah, so I was interviewing in Chicago for a job in Chicago, but it was, and again, back then, like a work from home remote sales position
Right.
wasn't really a, that as common as remote jobs are now. But I had reached out to the woman I was interviewing for to do that in Chicago. And I said, hey, what do you think about me doing this in New York City instead? And she was like, I love it. Let's do it. And I had a job offer in a few days. Like craziest thing ever.
But look at your pivot. Look at your,
Yeah.
God, I wish I could have another word than say them balls, but like what,
No,
like,
that's
you know
fine.
what are the kahunas to,
Yeah.
you kind of
Just
had an
throw it out
idea in your
there.
mind.
Yeah.
You
gotta
knew what
ask
you
for
wanted.
it. I was
You've
like,
listened to
I'm
our
gonna.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. She
I
just
have.
threw one of our podcast little pearls out there. I love it. So, but you asked for it.
Yeah.
And you knew right
Yeah.
away.
Well, the worst that was going to happen is she was going to say no.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Like,
what? You're stuck in Chicago.
I had nothing to lose. I was living.
And
in
then you got to
Chicago
tell
and
your
loving
friend,
it.
like, it was a good idea, but sorry, I got to stick in Chicago. And then
Right.
you had a fantastic
And I
job
could
anyway.
always find my way there
There you go.
at some point.
But you came to New York. She thought
Yeah.
it was a fantastic job. That's
Yeah.
such the outcome that I love when people can hear that, because you asked for it, you were genuine, you had this idea, it was a passion. I want to go to New York. And you asked, and she was like, not only did you think maybe it would like, oh my God, they're going to turn me off and not offer me the job. She goes like, that's the best idea
Yes,
ever.
right. It like made her, I think it made her give me the job faster.
Even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. It was great.
All right. How long did that last?
I still hated the job.
Yeah. That's perfect. The job wasn't right, but now you're in New York.
No.
How long did you last with the job?
Maybe about a year and a
All right,
half.
you put some time in there.
I did. But then, let's say I got laid off.
We're just gonna say, okay, we didn't make the decision.
I probably was fired. I don't know. It's a complicated story.
I got
we
it.
don't have nearly enough time.
No, definitely not that. I can't dive into that.
But
we only have 2 minutes left.
I did a lot of soul searching.
Yeah.
What should I do? Should I be a teacher, go into real estate? Like I just knew I did.
Oh, you were diving out of IT and marketing.
I was done by that. That was like the third position in that industry. And I was like, all right, I know I don't want to do this anymore. So what can I do? And a friend of like a coworker of a friend, I ran into him at a basketball game.
This seems to happen with you, by the way.
I know, but this is something about that, we mentioned on the questionnaire. I don't want to, I'll bring a little teaser out again about my superpower. And I think like just having an open mind to hear people out. And when this person said, oh, what do you think about medical device sales? I was like, at first I wrote it off like, no, I can't even watch Grey's Anatomy without getting squeamish. And like, I haven't taken a science class since high school. And he said, well, just check it out. They make a good money, And I was like, all right, fine. So I checked it out. I went on a ride along and I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this.
It spoke to you.
I had to do it.
At the time, did you know that this was your superpower or no? That fact, like you always knew?
No,
At this point, you haven't put
discover
a
that was
label
my
on it.
superpower until a few years ago.
Okay, but you listened to it and it never did any type of medical device sales.
No.
You go on a ride along.
No. And everyone was like, you don't have any experience. So we like you, but you don't have any experience. I'm like, I know. How am I supposed to get experience if no one's going to give it to me? Right. But I just decided I am going to commit. I got a job at a bar, like on 3rd Avenue in the city, just to make ends meet until I could find that thing. And I did it. It was almost a full year saying no to IT related positions and knowing that I could go and do that. But I just knew I wasn't going to be happy in it again. And ultimately, like, not perform well. When you don't like what you do, you're not going to perform well.
Oh.
And I didn't like that.
Yep.
I like doing a good
You're competitive.
job.
You want to be.
Yes.
You want to be great.
Yes. So finally, I landed my my first gig.
Great.
The only one, actually. It's the only one. I was there the whole time I was
doing medical device sales.
Until
but that was a big stint. How many years now?
14 years almost.
14 years.
You
learned a lot.
So much. It was a great company.
What would you tell somebody who is in that shoe of yours and they're like, oh my God, we hear this all the time. I get this on the podcast all the time. We talked about it with Jen Erity, who has the internship program, because, in order for you to get a job, you need experience, but you need experience to get a job. And
Yeah.
like, where does it start? Like, if you can't get experience, you're never going to be able to get that job. But they
Mhm.
only are looking for people who have experience for you to even get started.
Right.
So, what is your advice?
I mean, I don't know. I think part of it is the grit, is just like deciding to commit to something and doing whatever you have to do to make it work.
You know,
Right.
that's very New York of you.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I feel
It's
so at
very
home
New
here.
York of you. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, I hate to say like a bullshit artist. You're not a bullshit artist, but you were just able to, I
Yeah.
need to get this. You had an idea, you knew what the goal was. You're stepping into that. I'm going
Yeah.
to have the grit and I'm going to figure it out. And if I have to, do what I got to do, but I'm going to get my foot in the door.
Yeah, I already had a few years of like professional experience under my belt. It was a bit of an ego kick to like go back to the bar world and work in a, on 3rd Avenue at night when everyone else is working during the day.
Sure.
And it was but I was like, you know what? I'm just committed to it. I'm going to find it. I'm
Okay.
going to get it. So
You
I
were
think-
living in the city at that time?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this.
Yeah.
Where
no,
are you living?
I was
Upper
in
East Side?
Stuytown at the time.
You were in Stuytown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived all over the place though, I was,
in New York.
Yeah, Upper East Side. I
There you
lived
go,
in
yeah.
Brooklyn for a hot second. I was in Hoboken, West Side, just everywhere. So much fun.
All right.
People, I never moved around more
I
than.
need part 2.
Okay, sorry.
No, I mean, don't
Wait,
apologize. I
what's
need
part 2?
Part 2 is
Oh,
gonna
I'm
be
telling
awesome.
you.
Yeah. No, I mean, I need to do a part 2 with you. I need Natasha Siegel part 2 coming up again, but no. So, okay. So we got the job. It was not with Merck at the time. It was
No, my
precursor.
job was
Not
in
Merck,
med
Stryker.
device.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
meant Stryker, but like it
No,
was
it
a
was called
precursor.
Mako. Yeah.
Mako, M-A-K-O.
M-A-K-O, yeah. And then they were bought by Stryker about 3 years later.
Well, they were bought, but then bought and then bought, right? Is that what you said?
No, well, yeah, Mako was bought by Stryker.
Okay.
And then I was with Stryker the
Stryker.
whole rest of the time. And I'm so grateful that they were the company that bought Mako, because they're a great company. It was very hard to leave that company to go and do something on my own.
They're right around the corner.
I mean, they're right here.
They're
yeah,
just right here. We've got a
local.
lot of people from that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But that wasn't it for you. That wasn't it. That wasn't the passion.
No, it was. That's the
The
crazy thing.
passion.
I literally was in limbo because I was stuck because I loved what I did. I could have moved. I could have like done the ladder.
Climb the corporate ladder.
Something about it was not vibing with me enough to like push through and just like take those roles just to take the roles
And have to deal with the politics.
And right. And I said to somebody once, a friend, a colleague, a mentor of mine, I said, this was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I feel like one day, I feel like my next role doesn't even exist yet. And I just felt really content with that. And I had so many peers that were struggling with, I just don't know what to do. And I was like, but maybe you don't have to know. And I was just really content with that. And then I found life coaching. It was the craziest thing. And it didn't occur to me until, I don't know, 6 months ago. I'm already out doing my own thing. And I realized I really did take the next role really did not exist yet, because I just didn't know I was going to be the one that created it. I wrote a post about it and I had chills writing it, because I'm like, this is amazing. That's what I love about the industry of coaching, is you can create whatever you want.
We just talked about this before we got on air.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's amazing.
This is incredible. So you were still at Stryker.
Yes.
You're like, I am. You wrote that post.
Or no, I didn't write. No, the post I just wrote maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago or something.
Okay.
Like
So
that.
okay,
like
got
after, yeah, because I've been out of Stryker since April, so not even a full year.
Wow.
But I've been coaching.
I didn't know
this.
that. Okay, you were.
Yeah.
You were doing a little side hustle.
Sort of.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long that I was getting paid. But this is the other thing that I was going to say. I'm just going to go back to what we were talking about before in terms of what do you tell people that like want to find something. Part of it is the grit and deciding to go for it. The other part of it, I think, is just like, oh no, I'm losing my train of thought. We'll come back to it.
Let's come back to it. It's fine.
I'm going to remember.
Listen. So the transition was just recent. Guys, I've known her for a little while. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I thought you had been a life coach and a business coach for a while, but it's not. It's a year.
I got certified a couple years ago. And I've been coaching. Oh, the other thing, I remembered it.
It's back.
It's to follow your passion. Like, don't follow a career because of the money. Don't follow the career because of the the title and the prestige. Like when you follow a passion, something that you really love, I just feel like those things are going to be so much more likely to follow you. So
Everything
do the
falls into
thing for
place.
free, right? Like I was coaching for free, just right,
Right?
Something amazing is going to come from you doing this. It probably already has little things,
I mean,
right?
everything
Just
is
the
great.
people you're meeting and things like that.
I'm a people person.
Yes.
This is what I love to do. I can't believe the fact that I have the opportunity to just, this is what we could do. I mean, we don't
Right.
make money on this. I hope you guys are making money on this because the whole idea is to promote it.
Yeah.
But like I get to do this. And again, I have this sits in my office
Mhm.
for which is my
Beautiful office.
primary career
Yes.
where I find good money. So I could do this.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's amazing.
I'm blessed. Yeah. And it is a passion. I cannot believe I get to sit in front of this mic, talk to some people I know, some people I don't
Yeah.
know, and just hear all these amazing stories and trying to,
Yeah.
I want to promote your business, but I also want to hear your journey because I know there's like a million other people out there trying to do this and
For
they
sure.
need to hear this.
Well,
so.
yeah, for sure. And I think when you have something similar or they share something, a little anecdote, a little piece of word of wisdom, that just resonates with you, then you're going to be inspired.
3 words of wisdom I want to get to.
I have a
But
few,
here we are. You've made the transition.
Yeah.
You are now a life coach and a
Yeah.
business coach. And that wasn't a straight line either.
No. I wanted to help originally years ago. I don't even know if I put this in here, but I had really mastered the art of getting my babies to sleep. And it drove me crazy afterwards to meet people who still had like older kids that were waking up in the middle of the night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to help them so bad. But over time, I started to write a book. Like, I wanted to help people. And I was like, I don't want to be a baby sleep coach. Like, that's not what it was. Go. I don't want to do that.
Well, give one of these people, I got 3 providers right now about to have a baby. What's the tidbit of advice to get them to sleep? Ferber method? What is it?
Sleep training's not sleep training. It's eat training. Like you got to get them, instead of eating all night, you got to get them to eat during the day. So you spread out the feedings during the day and give them more, and you like give them less in the middle of the night. And over time, it's just like it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more complicated than that, but that's most.
That was our piece of advice, ladies and gentlemen.
My advice for getting your baby to sleep.
We're going to create that into a short. That's going to be the only short that comes out of this. Everything else that we're going to talk about and we're going to throw onto social. But no, all right. But then you got into the business coaching. You felt like what was it?
Yeah. Well, then I started like thinking, okay, maybe I can help the overwhelmed working mom. Let me help them. And I don't know. Like I was just still stressed about how to help them. There's so many different versions of it. And when you get into marketing your business and doing anything on social, like if you market to everybody, you market to nobody.
Yep.
Right. And so, yeah, is the overwhelmed, stressed out working mom still like, is that a market? Sure. It's not everybody, but it's still really big. So I don't know. I just happened to be helping so many people that were in career limbo. And I don't know. It just kind of stuck.
That's it.
It really did. But really what was happening was I was so paralyzed with indecision for a while that it was so much harder for me to figure it out. As soon as you start taking action, start doing things, it evolves for you. It just happens more naturally. So that's how I've been.
What I say to my team and everything like that, when you guys are feeling anxiety, be productive. I don't care if that means go clean, go organize, go figure something out, but be productive, do something productive. And what will happen is productivity comes out of productivity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how people come out of getting stuck. But
yes.
So that's it. That was it. You took that turn and then.
Yeah. And I'm still my open mind. I still know that this could evolve even more. Like at some point, maybe I'll be coaching people that are in my spot today, get to a better.
As you say, your next career may not even exist yet.
I know it doesn't. It doesn't. Because I know I'm going to create it. That's the coolest thing ever. I was messaging with a client right before this, telling her, I'm so glad that I'm going through this process because this is an interview. Technically, I help people prepare for their interviews. I help people get jobs. Right. So I said, I don't plan on ever going on another job interview again. So I'm happy that this is happening, that I was able to kind of take my own advice and be able to like empathize with my clients in a more recent, timeline.
I'm going to start grilling you.
Oh, I know.
No, I know. I don't know how to do that.
No, that's okay.
I don't know how to do that. Okay. So you are now, who is your ideal client? I want to know. Who are you looking for?
Did
I just throw you a curveball?
No,
Oh.
I love that question. And I love that now I can answer that question because I really struggled with that for so long. These are high achieving professionals who are confident in their abilities, but humble enough to know that they will be better off with somebody else to support them. Oh no.
What just
It's
happened?
such a beautiful screen.
What? That's never happened before.
That's right.
Maybe you just have to wiggle our finger over there. But if we lose the other one, guys, I apologize. It's like my first technical difficulty. What does it say?
Check device power.
Oh my God.
It's all right.
Oh well. I'm
You
sorry.
know what?
Curveball.
Your guy can like superimpose it, or
Yeah,
something.
well,
Do you have a guy? You have a guy, right?
Does everybody have a
Girl?
guy? You got a guy.
I don't have a guy.
You got a guy. I
I'll
bet
get a
you
guy.
it's
One
just
day I'll
like
get
it
a
fell
guy.
asleep and I just have to get it on over there, but I'm not going to do that because
No.
we are running out of time. I can't do this. I told
Come
you
on,
we're gonna go
Pete.
quick. We're going to go. So ideal client. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes. So they are high achieving professionals. They are confident but humble enough to know that they could benefit from additional support. Like you think about athletes, teams, right? They don't try to play the games and then go get the coach if they're not winning. They start with the coach,
Yep.
right? Like why is it different for life and careers? Two of the biggest things.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we do.
And even if you didn't grow up actually playing sports, I think everybody has been around sports growing
Of
up. I
course.
was an athlete growing up. I've always had a coach, and here I am now continuing to have a coach.
Mhm.
Whether, some of these coaches might even be younger than me, maybe even have less experience than me,
Right.
but it doesn't matter because it's
Doesn't
somebody who's
matter.
outside of the box,
Yes.
who is going to tell me things that I'm not seeing currently while I am inside the box.
For sure. I have many clients that are older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, many.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, okay, hold on. Lessons you've learned.
Mm.
I like this one. This is my favorite part. This
Tell
is
me.
probably going to be where our little shorts are going to come out.
Tell me.
You don't keep your phone by your bed.
I don't. No, I learned this
When
from
did that
Mel
start?
Robbins.
Who?
Remember the 5-second rule book?
Yes,
that she
of
wrote?
course.
I want to say it was in there. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I had heard it before that, but reading the book, the way I absorbed it in that book, it spoke to me. And now my phone sits nowhere near my bed. I never scroll in my bed. I have no association with that.
Okay. How long has that been going on for?
Years.
You're way ahead of your time.
My
you
alarm
know the
is-
world is going
yeah,
to get to
I
that
have-
because we're overloaded.
I have to get up to turn my alarm off. It helped me to not snooze. Like I don't snooze.
You're a snoozer?
I used
Were
to
you
be.
a
I
snooze?
used to be. I know. I hated it.
No wonder why the TV went off. You're snoozing. Look, it was like a precursor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a snoozer.
Yes, I don't keep my phone near my bed.
No, my
It's
superpower
amazing.
is my energy.
People are like, but. No, it's not been a problem for me for years.
Amazing.
I have kids. I
Yeah,
had
you
a
do.
job. Like it was fine.
Amazing.
It was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's something that we all should follow.
Huge help.
All right. Next lesson.
Mm-hmm.
The way you talk about yourself matters.
Yeah. I think a lot of people talk about themselves and their identities like they are things that they can't control. Like I used to say, I'm not a morning person. And then I realized like that's not true. I just stay up too late watching frickin' TV.
Go ahead. What was the vice?
What do you mean?
What
Oh,
was-
like
what
Thursday
were you
night
watching?
Shonda Rhimes, like Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder. This was like
So this
years
is-
ago.
That's
back.
not even that.
Not
you
even
say years
Netflix.
ago. No, it's like, I guess it is
That-
before
that
Netflix,
was-
right?
Well, Netflix was around,
Yeah,
but it
wasn't
still,
what it is now.
like I was still recording the shows on
VCR. No.
DVR, DVR.
So I wanted
yeah.
to age yourself again.
Yeah,
over there,
but
so.
it was
All right.
so but I was able to just shift that and like I thought that was just part of my my body
DNA,
and
yeah.
my DNA, like, oh, I'm just born, I'm not a morning person, and now I am. And
Do you love the morning?
I
Are you a 5 a.m.er now?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, most
Okay.
mornings I'm up
Okay.
like 5:15 most mornings.
You exercise in the morning?
Yes. I love it.
I'm not there
What?
yet.
You're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
Oh.
But I won't say that I'm not a exercise in the morning person. I will say that I'm not there yet because I know
I'm
that
judging
there
you.
is no never. You can judge me. I'm judging myself. I judge myself every second of every day. So the way you talk
Yeah.
about yourself matters. I
Yeah,
love
you
that.
say things like it's true, you're gonna make it true. You keep making it true.
What
but-
was your thing here? Hold on. It's what were we talking about? All right, I'll move on.
The Henry Ford quote.
That was it. The Henry
Yeah,
Ford quote.
yeah.
That's it. Where is it? Where's
The
it
Henry
there?
Ford. It's right here.
It's right
Yeah.
there. It's right here.
I know. You
highlighted.
highlighted it.
Unbelievable.
Whether
Never.
you think you can or you can't, you're right.
I love it.
I love that quote, and it's so true. Like the things that you think create the result in your life, and I've taken that to heart so much. So
All right.
yeah.
All right, but the last thing and the most important one is the superpower.
Mm,
Knowing and owning your superpower.
yeah.
I absolutely love this. And I was telling you, I don't know if we were just talking about it or I was talking about it before, but doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again.
I think it was
When I
before.
talk about my team, we
Yeah.
talk about trying to support their superpowers. Everybody has a different superpower. There's no reason for me to try to choose your superpower. My superpower is very valuable, and we need people who are going to support my superpower, and I'm going to support your superpower. So
Yes.
how did you get to this?
Yeah, I remember I want to say it was like COVID. We were just kind of sitting around and my husband pulled up an interview of the founder of Zappos, the CEO of
Tony
Zappos.
Shea.
Tony Shea.
I love
yes.
that book. That
yes.
book changed this. That changed everything.
Joe Polish, do you know who he is? He's a marketer. So he interviewed him, and one of the questions he asked him was, what makes you different than other CEOs? And his answer was just very simply like, I think I'm more open-minded than other CEOs. And I had this light bulb go off, like, that's my superpower. And it sounds so crazy because it's not like I'm, it's not like this, like, oh, I'm just super, super organized, or, oh, I'm really, it's a little bit more
It's
loose.
a different thing, yeah.
It's a more
But it's
subjective,
not because it's pretty specific.
Okay, yeah.
As
It
broad
works
as
for
you
me.
think it may be, it is unbelievably specific. And I'll tell you why I say that. I'm not.
Mm,
I'm not. It's not my
Interesting,
superpower.
yeah.
Like, not that I'm completely closed-minded,
Right.
but a lot of times I'm listening to something and I'm like, I'm done. That type of thing.
Right.
And for you, it creates empathy. It definitely does. And that's something
Yes.
I'm going to work on.
Yeah.
Because
And
I'm
an
sitting here-
opportunity.
I'm sitting here talking to you right opportunity,
It
definitely,
created
right? Because you're
opportunity
you're
for
able
me.
to, yeah. I
Yeah,
love that.
That's been the best thing.
Amazing.
So fun.
By the way, I hope you know that we are already 2 minutes over, and I told you it was going to go.
noticed.
Well, that one is not necessarily.
Oh,
We're
that's
going
not.
to get close over there. So, tell me what you need, what you want, what can the
Mm.
local BizCast and all of our viewers, minus this TV, help you? What can we do? Are you looking for new clients? Who are you looking
Always,
for?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I mean, right now my my client base is a one-on-one coaching. So I only have so many spots open
yeah.
for that, but I am in the process of building out a course that people will be able to.
I love
to
the name, the
digest.
masterclass, right?
Well, the master
Or is that
class
something separate?
is a free thing that I offer. So I'm
Okay.
hosting a master class on Thursday at 2:00 Eastern. It's teasers. It's people. It's to bring people in and teach them a few tidbits that
Yep.
will help them through
Just
their
the
limbo,
surface.
just a little bit, but enough for them to either say, hey, like, I really want some more support. How can we work together? Or they hopefully take what they learn and go do something with it. So the master class is more of a just to connect with more people.
Yeah.
The course will be something that people will pay
Pay for,
for
right?
and digest and learn.
I'm riveted by you. I hope everybody was riveted. Like, I feel like I could have sat here all day. There's
Same.
so much. This was incredible.
Thank you so much for
Natasha
having me.
Siegel, Cure for Career Limbo, riveting. That's all I have to say.
I can't wait to use that as a quote when I market.
You're riveting. Riveting. And your superpower is being open-minded. Now you have two things we got going on. So,
Thank you, Pete.
oh, this was incredible. I do have to do a little bit of closing up business, and that is going to announce my next special guest over here. That is going to be this Wednesday, back to a quote-unquote normal time, which there is no normal time on a local BizCast. I feel like we're just going to go whenever anybody wants to go, and if I have time and I'm available. But we'll see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, this Wednesday, February 5th, we're returning back to 8:30 a.m. with my next guest, who is Andrew Acosta from Clean Company. That's Kleen Company. He does auto detailing in this area. He will be joining us live this Wednesday morning on the local BizCast. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Natasha Siegel, thank you so much for joining me here.
Thank you.
Thank you for tolerating my daughter.
Love it.
Thank you for being an amazing guest. I think this flowed so well. Guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.